we just saw Gervonta Davis knock out Frank Martin in the eighth round, and um, that leads to a lot of questions that I think maybe a lot of people are starting to wonder now. Does anybody beat Gervonta Tank Davis, man? And what I mean by that is anybody from 135 pounds to 140. We just saw Subriel Matias lose to Liam Pyro, which a lot of people didn't see coming. We just saw Gary Antoine Russell at 140 just get beat by his first southpaw that he ever fought in his career. He looked like he was getting pieced up in that fight a lot. And he just looked very bewildered in that fight. We just saw Shakur Stevenson get into a fight with what's his name? Edwin De Los Santos. And many say that he was running around the whole fight, didn't want to engage with De Los Santos, got the win. And then we just saw Devin Haney lose to Ryan Garcia under unfavorable circumstances, So the question is, who beats Gervonta Tank Davis? Now, as much as a lot of us would like to, look, I'm not really fond of Tank. For a lot of the antics he pulled, a lot of the stuff he be saying, I can't really rock with dude like that. But let's be honest, if this guy is really as good as everybody think he is, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna stress the fact. I'm gonna stress the point. If he's really as good as everybody say he is from the eye test, dude can't be fucked with, right? Because up until now, he's been spanking damn near everybody he get in the ring with. Okay, he's stopping people, except for Isak Cruz and some guy named German Miraz. I believe that was way early on in his career. So other than that, Tank has been smoking everybody's boots, man. Right? So the question, a lot of us been saying this before even the Frank Martin fight. Who beats this guy, man? What kind of fighter beats him? And any current fighters from 135 to 140, who comes close to beating Tank, whether it's by knocking him out or by pointing him out to a decision win? I came up with my own theory as far as the type of fighter that can beat Gervonta Davis, man. This is all assuming that this guy is as good as everybody say he is, and he's not a hype job. We're gonna go off of that and play devil's advocate there, and assume that this guy Tank Davis is the goods, and this is what we see is what he's the real deal. It's gonna take a fighter with a chin. It's gonna take a fighter with heart, footwork, punch volume, defense, and power. Did I say power? I think those are the 6 elements, man. And IQ. So it's going to take 7, a boxer that has all of those attributes to beat Gervonta Davis. Or you can go as far as to say at least somebody with at least half those attributes should be able to beat Tank, right? Now you look at the climate of the top fighters now. Let's look at them, and then I'll give my thought on who can beat Tank, or at least the one that I believe can beat him or come close to beating him. I mean, really close. I'm not talking about 7, early 5 rounds close. I'm talking about kind of like what Isak Cruz did. I'm talking about 7. The shit was damn near draw status. Shit like that, and then they ended up coming out on top over Tank. Now, Devin Haney just lost to Ryan Garcia. We know all the stuff going around with the peds and all that stuff with Ryan Garcia, but how would do we know how Devin could have took Ryan's punch if he wasn't allegedly juiced up or whatever, right? Good question. Okay. Now, people always question Devin's chin, but like I said, we will never know when it comes to Ryan Garcia if he could really take Ryan's real punch because Ryan was supposedly petted up. So that was enhancing his power, enhancing other things. So we don't know. And Devin, he has the defense up. It appears he does, but the Ryan fight showed that early on in that first round, that showed that I was totally overthrown. I was thrown off by that because I'm like, damn, Devin is supposed to be this defensive dude, and he kept his right hand down, not under, pretty much asking Ryan to hit him with that left. So it's going to take somebody that can outbox. Devin has that ability. That's where he shines at, which he should have did against Ryan. He would have probably likely won. Yeah, he seems like he's strong at 140 because he did manage to rock and wobble Ryan too. If you go back and watch that, he did rock Ryan Garcia, bro, wobbled him. And I've never seen anybody do that besides, well, Tank did it, but Tank didn't wobble him. Tank just knocked him down. But Devin actually rocked Ryan Garcia. And mind you, Ryan was on supposedly the juice, and Dev was still able to do that. So, see, you can look at things different, man. It's supposed to be a guy with no power, but he was able to stun alleged petted up boxer Ryan Garcia, right? And knock down Regis Progress, in their fight. But does Devin have the? Also, oh yeah, I forgot. You got to have a good jab too. You got to have a good jab against Tank, and Devin has one of the best jabs right now. Besides that flaw where he throws his jab and his hand is never up on. He throws his left jab, but he leaves his right hand down. That's a no-no. But let's move on to Shakur Stevenson. He's another one they say don't have any punching power, but he has dog in him for sure. And his defense is just superb. Shakur Stevenson, one of the best defensive boxers in boxing. He has a lot of punch volume, so. But his chin is questionable right now, Shakur. We haven't seen him get hit by anybody that has some real serious power because I guess he knows how to evade those fighters, and that's why I think he will probably end up being a problem for a lot of these other dudes unless he tires out. That's why I said stamina is important too when it comes to fighting Tank. Gotta have the stamina. Okay, and I'm gonna just keep it real, man. Unfortunately, I don't see anybody at 135 or 140 beating this dude, man. Unless maybe Devin Haney. Even still, Devin Haney can. I see Devin, Shakur Stevenson, Loma. I don't know. I guess you can put Loma on the list, but if you're gonna throw Loma on the list, bro, then that means to me only 3 fighters have some of the skill sets, because all of these 3 don't even have. They're not a complete fighter, if you ask me. Shakur's not, Devin's not, and Lomachenko's not. They're not complete because I feel like you got to have punching power, real power to be complete to me, bro. I'm just saying, power to me. I'm not, me, I ain't drunk off power, but you gotta admit, man, the shit is definitely needed, bro. It is, especially when you fight somebody like Tank. How are you? He was, one thing Tank did say on that Rise podcast. He did say, "How Shakur and Devin gonna keep me off them? They don't have no power." And you know something? I kind of feel him. I kind of agree with what he's saying. If these dudes, they can beat him if they have the stamina, which I also said, to go past a certain round to then to pull off the decision win. But to knock Tank out, man, you're gonna have to have some serious power, man. And the ones that had serious power to really hurt and knock Tank out was Rolly and Ryan Garcia was the top ones. But then again, you've seen what happened to them, right? So they don't have good defense. See, they don't have the IQ to not rush in after Tank. That's what I mean. Now Frank Martin, he had a good jab. He didn't have the defense though. No defense really. He had the footwork, but he didn't have the heart, bro. I don't think he had the heart. He didn't have the whole package. Is what I'm trying to say. And none of these dudes have the entire package. But the closest ones that have the highest possibility of being Tank is Shakur Stevenson. I still say Devin Haney if he box disciplined, and maybe Vasil Lomachenko. None of the other dudes beat him. Matias don't beat him. Gary Antoine Russell don't beat him. After seeing what I saw tonight from them, they not fucking with Tank. Just keeping it real. I know how I feel about Tank. I just don't, I don't rock with him for certain things. Now, people say the only reason why he took this Frank Martin fight because they saw something in him in previous fights, like the Adarunian fight where his body was getting touched up and he didn't like it. So notice they sprung into action and tried to make that Frank Martin fight, and that's exactly what happened. They knew there was something inside Frank that they was gonna be able to do to him, and they accomplished the goal, man. Shout out to Gervonta Davis for defending his title against Frank Martin for the first title defense of a WBA title. That was next for Tank. He said that Shakur and them was on his radar. All right, well, no more Frank Martin fights, man. Now you gotta show and prove, bro. Now is not the time. You're done with all those type of fighters like Frank Martin. It's time to move up a notch, bro. You got 30 fights. You should have already been there. So we'll see what happens moving forward, man. Because again, he's being very vague in his answers, man. He wasn't being specific, like, yeah, I'm coming after Loma. But Shakur, you next. So y'all get ready and strap up, Shakur. Shit like that, maybe that's just me, man. But anyway, shout out to Frank Tank for getting the win. But there's not many fighters that are gonna be able to beat this guy, man. If he is who we say he is. And the only guys that have a real shot is Shakur and Dev. And I'll say like third runner up, Lomachenko. I can't see nobody else, man. Maybe Teofimo Lopez even still got a chance. I still got to throw him in the mix too. So Tank, you need to call out the other champions of the division, man. Get those belts. Mr. Belts don't matter. Well, obviously they do. But anyway, it's Rebel Life Boxing. Catch y'all the next one. Let me know what y'all think. And I'm out.